And there's a nice sunset. Not a lot of color in the sky tonight, but wow, it's so peaceful out here. Here we are at Ortona Lock, and this is outside of LaBelle in Florida. And I'm just going to show you some boats that'll be coming out of the lock soon. You can see the boats on this side, they're starting to line up, getting ready. I have my fishing pole in here. Just figure, why not? See if I can catch some dinner while we're waiting. Here comes the sailboat. And the bigger boats are coming through soon. They've had a long wait today. We didn't see this open up until it's almost noon. And this guy, he's been waiting, this one with the dinghy on the front, he's been waiting for like since 8 o'clock. So I think he's real happy to get through now, get on his way. Another big one. Gee, I'll tell you what, it's got to be skinny through there with that big boat. Before these start going through, I thought you'd be interested to see. Look at them all lined up here. I mean, it's a boat party. They got their life jackets on right away so that they could be ready to go. And these guys are waiting. In fact, another one joined the group down here. He must have come around that corner really fast because all of a sudden he's there. That's a really big one. I don't know how many they can fit in when they have a really big one like that, but we'll see. And while we're here looking, you can see the dam part of it too. Lots of people fishing. We're just out enjoying the day because it's been really, really windy. It's a lot of boat. I guess they have somebody else on that boat besides the guy captaining it, because is captaining a word? Well, today captaining is a word. So there you go. He's captaining. It's a verb. But yeah, you have to have somebody else to be able to hold on to the ropes and things in there. They do throw ropes down to you because on this side the water level is very low. You can see the top of that boat going through, but the water level is quite low. And then when once they start filling the lock up with water to go to the other side, you'll see him pop up pretty high in there. And here comes another one. These guys look small compared to that other one, but they're not. These are big boats. And now you can see that they've put the water in there. The boats are way up. Open that end gate and they'll go out and they'll be on their way. And this is where the boats come into if they're coming from the lower end, and then they fill it with water. Have a good one. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how it's done. And if you look out here, you can see there's a lot of cloud stuff going on. That is actually smoke. I think it must be from sugarcane fields. They burn them off or something at some point. And so yeah, you can tell it's coming close to the campground. Hope they got it under control. You look over here, it looks like it's gonna storm. It's all dark and the sun's on the behind me, but it's actually still that smoke. More smoke. It's really coming up. And we just changed spots. We have a bird welcoming us, and now we have this canal behind us, which is very nice. The only thing we don't have here is much shade, so that is a little bit of a kicker. And there it is, home sweet home. And there's my husband doing what he loves to do, fishing. Got some really nice tilapia yesterday. Got them all ready for the freezer. We didn't eat them yet because he'll probably get some more, but we'll see. We are taking a walk out here tonight before it gets too dark. Usually we get out here and it's just so dark, and more of that foliage came down here today, so it is just a big pile of salad, I like to call it. And it's just everywhere. I don't know, it's hard to, my husband likes to fish down here. It's hard to fish when you've got this. And oh wow, well, somebody's fishing. There's an alligator down here. Oh my goodness, I hope this comes out because I'm really all over the place here. There, I zoomed out a little bit. Now you can see him better. My goodness, look at this dude. He found that all of these greens are good. They're like a little island for him. This is always one of my favorite views. Just this creek coming down and the bridge across, palm trees. Again, it's like a balmy 72, I want to say, about. Really nice. And now we go up the ramp here, and this is where the sun sets over on this side, so the sky is still lit up just beautifully. I just love coming out here at this time of day. Pretty much you have it to yourselves. People walk their dogs a little earlier, and then they all go inside. And there's our sailboat out there, just spending the night. And there it is, the sunset over the water. I believe this is the barge that came up yesterday, and it was empty at the time. Now it's not empty anymore. Looks like a whole load of rock. Wow, that's a huge amount of work. They're coming up to get into the lock. Right now I hear them on the radio. When I got over to the lock, I noticed these men working. One had a diving suit on, and I just missed it. And he got out, and then he got back in the water with his wetsuit, and he was scraping paint or something on the side of the gate. So there was quite a delay with these guys working, probably 2 hours before they could open the lock. And boy, was the barge happy to go through at that point. They had been waiting a long time. And as I watched them go through that lock, I was glad I didn't have to steer that thing in there. It's pretty narrow. We came over to the other side, so we don't have as many diesel fumes on this side. And he's just trying to get in position because they're now opening the gate. There's a shout out to Lowe's. There's your bucket, Lowe's. And if you look out past the lock gate, you can see other boats there waiting. It's been quite a long wait. Well, should we be worried? They're doing a controlled burn, looks like, right behind our camper. Fortunately, now the wind is blowing the smoke the other direction. And there it is, one big smoky mess. Tell you what, I'm glad we moved. We were at a different spot, and that spot now is completely engulfed in smoke. And that would have been a little tough to breathe, but here is not bad. So I am really glad the wind is blowing the other way, because this is a huge field that they're burning, and wow, I'm standing right at the door of the camper, so we would be sucking in all this. There's another big one getting ready to go out of the lock. They even have a poodle on board. And looking at us with his little life jacket. Yeah, they all have to have life jackets on in here. There he is. Starting up and getting ready to leave. And this boat's called Gratitude, out of Port Royal, South Carolina. That's really cool. Just a beautiful boat. It's a lot of work to get it in and out of here, though. The woman just ran up to the front to get that line that's connected still. And the doggy just gets to watch. They actually have headsets on to talk to each other. Isn't that awesome? Oh my word. Dream life right there. They just had everybody move their vehicles from over there, and then they brought in this flatbed with whatever that is on top. I mean, to me, it just looks like a carnival ride. I'm sure that's not what it is, but I'm just hanging out in here because I'm having lunch, and I was doing some editing, and then this all happened. We'll see what transpires here. Well, I got a bobcat in here now. This is an Army Corps of Engineer campground, so apparently they are putting something in. And there has been a lot of activity this week with power washers and just painting over there at the buildings across the lock. So maybe they have some kind of inspection or something coming up. But it's given me lots to watch this afternoon. Alright guys, don't drop it. Here it goes. Oh, there's actually 2 of them. Wow. Didn't look like 2 on the truck. But there is 2. Well, we discovered that these are from Michigan, and it's some kind of a solar unit. And I guess if you're from Michigan, be awfully tempting, like, okay, yeah, I'll go to Florida. Not a bad gig, drive these things down here. Well, they're getting ready to move down to the next loop of the campground with the other one. There goes the Ranger. But they have set that up. You can see the top of it just above his truck. We're going to find out what they are. And there he goes, up to the other campground loop to install the other solar thingamajig. That's what we're calling it right now. Alright folks, there it is. That's what they were working on today. It apparently is a wireless charging station. There's lights. Here's a better look at it. It just sits out here by itself, does its thing. I guess I understand it in certain places, but it really does kind of look out of place in this particular park. Alright, so last night here for us. Oh, I hate to say goodbye. It's really just such a special place, and we've had this view out the side, or out the back rather, of our campsite. And one side of it, we'd get the sunrise in the morning, which was just breathtaking. And then in the evening, on the opposite side, right from our same chairs, we can see the sunset.